Isunya ada di mana ya, misalnya?
Going live ya. Oke.
Yes, you are the only person who makes me turn away from everyone. Yes, you are. You make my heart beat every time when you're passing by. All my attention is on. And I also don't know why. I wanna say something that has long been growing in my heart. I can only keep quiet, silently fighting on my own. Silently praying, silently dreaming, my feeling is so deep as the Pacific Ocean.
All right. Hi, we're going live. Oh my God.
Yes. Wow.
How are you, Ichan?
I feel good, but it feels weird.
It's weird, indeed. Right, I
Exactly.
think we can finally start this. Oh, but first, what song was that before? Very interesting. I like it.
Oh, you don't know? Wow. Okay. So this is actually created by Kiran and Nadja. She's a grade 10 student in Sekolah Cikal. The song is, what's interesting is that the song is actually titled as You. I'm pretty sure that there's like a deeper meaning behind that song.
Interesting. Ooh, wow. All right. So I think we can finally start it. So.
Should we start? I'm a bit nervous though. Genuinely, this is like my first time.
Live, we're going live. Oh my God. Yes, it's also my first time. Okay.
Yes. Okay,
I think
fine.
you greet.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, the Cikal community, and other communities that are joining this event. Welcome to the 2021 Cikal DP Arts Exhibition. I am Maizan.
And I am Regala. We will be your host for this event. We would like to thank each and every single one of you for joining us in this year's Cikal DP Arts Exhibition 2021. The first time, and hopefully be the only time, it's being held online. The theme for this year's exhibition is Kamanungsan, which, if translated in English, means humanity.
So today's event is a peak of the DP Arts Exhibition, where our Year 12 seniors have showcased their projects, which they have made throughout their 2 years of being DP Visual Arts students.
This year, there are a total of 70 artworks, 58 artworks from Year 12 students, and 12 artworks from Year 11 students. There will also be 5 films that are made by both Year 12 and Year 11 DP film students. But before we start the exhibition, I think it's only fair that we briefly explain to those who aren't very familiar yet about DP Arts exhibition, what it actually is and what the purpose is. So Ichan, would you do the honors?
Sure, why not? So, for those who don't know, the exhibition is known to be an annual event where Sekolah Cikal Jakarta exposes the art students' body of work to the public. In a particular perspective, it is a culmination of ideas representing the creativity, communication, and understanding of our students. During this event, you, as the audience, will be able to observe the collection of art pieces through the means of our social media account at @CikalDPArtsX and the digital platform we will be providing. Not to mention, you will also be able to witness conversations between the students, unraveling the nature of their proposed notions and expression within their work. Back to you, Regala.
All right, so I guess everyone now has all the basics down, and I guess we can finally open the event. So now, to open the 2021 Cikal DP Arts Exhibition, please welcome the principal of Sekolah Cikal 1, Ibu Siti Fatimah. Ibu Sifa, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Regala. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good morning, everyone. Parents, students, teachers, and all audience. Warmly welcome all of you in our IBDP art exhibition of Sekolah Cikal Amri, Jakarta. Art is one of the universal language that all human beings understand and use to communicate. We use art to appreciate who we are, our place in the world, and the meaning of our lives. This year is the 5th year of the Sekolah Cikal IBDP art exhibition, and it's an honor for me to witness the learning of journey of our students. There are 12 students, 12 artists from visual arts, and 8 artists from film, both year 11 and year 12. Like Regala said before, the theme of the exhibition of this year were Kamanungsan, or humanity. That view of the issue are diverse, unbiased, focused on showing both sides of the conflict. I already see the catalog and the platform of our exhibition itself, the exhibit, and also the Sekolah Cikal official YouTube and Instagram. I can see the learning journey of each our artists in visual arts and film. Students, I show your work really hard to produce, present, well-presented final art pieces for this exhibition. Congratulations for all of you. Hopefully, it will be your first stage for your transformation. And for others, last but not least, I hope you will enjoy this exhibition and wishing you have a wonderful time. Thank you for coming. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you so much, Ibu Sifa, for the wonderful words. Now we'd like to shift the spotlight and pass on the spotlight to the DP Visual Arts Teacher Representative, Pareno Ganesha, to introduce Kamanungsan. Pareno, the spotlight is yours.
Thank you so much, Regala. A very good afternoon to students, parents, teachers, and the audience. This exhibition is initiated to showcase and celebrate the body of works created by the visual arts and film students of Sekolah Cikal Jakarta throughout the 2 years of IB diploma program. What I love about art is its relentless pursuit of unattainable perfection due to its subjectivity. This has made our students to challenge their own creative boundaries, progressively finding ways to empower the process and exploring their cultural identities while embracing the diversity around them. The course has offered students to consolidate and develop their analytical skills, technical proficiency in art making or filmmaking, as well as providing and elaborating their ideas and intended messages to deliver their respective audience. As mentioned before, 2021 marks our 5th year in holding an IB diploma program arts exhibition. It has become a special moment for us in reinventing and enriching our students due to the challenges and uncertainty caused by the global pandemic. It has been a great pleasure working together with such talents and awe-inspiring students. In the short time that I have known all of you, I've been so impressed with your creativity, dedication, and perseverance. Navigating this complex and demanding course is no easy feat, and I thank you for giving me the chance to be involved and guide you through the preparation of this exhibition. In the face of the adversity, you have embraced the challenge to take your exhibition online, knowing the amount of effort you have pulled these past couple of months. A round of applause for the blood, sweat, and tears you have given to the culmination of the exhibition. Take a brief moment for yourself and reminisce the journey you have made to this moment. I would like to personally thank Miss Atika, our beloved Year 12 DP Visual Arts teacher, who have immensely dedicated her time energy, and support in preparing our students to the culmination of the exhibition. Last but not least, I humbly thank the Board of Committee who had kindly volunteered in helping this exhibition come together. I thank you, and thank you for the support and your unwavering spirits. Once again, I would like to say congratulations on the opening of the exhibition. Let the vision of our students speak for itself. Welcome to Cikal DP Arts Exhibition 2021, Kamanungsan.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much, Mariano, for such kind words. For the final opening statement, we'd like to pass the spotlight to the DP Artist Representative, Rafael Benaya. Rafael Benaya, you may have the floor.
Wagwandrila, Sugeng Enjang, selamat pagi semuanya. My name is Rafael, and I'm one of the founders of Kamanungsan. And to oversimplify, Kamanungsan is a direct translation of humanity in a traditional Javanese dialect. The reason we picked the name is due to us Year 12s finding similarity within our themes and artworks, which is regarding humanity and our history as humans in Indonesia. Kamanungsan as an exhibition is more of an exploration of and self-reflection on the values and history of being human, delivered through contemporary art forms. Kamanungsan's goal is to showcase both the bitter truth of human struggles throughout history, while also highlighting and celebrates the idea of peace. The exhibition aims to show ramifications of both internal and external conflicts dating back from the 1950s until modern day, the complexities of human nature, and is taught to both individuals and communities of sizes. The use of the word Kamanungsan aims to reflect the changes in history and civilizations that occur in Indonesia through the topics and issues we raise as a generation of young artists in this new era. Kamanungsan's views on issues are diverse, unbiased, and focusing on showing both sides of the conflict rather than standing behind one. We hope you find our exhibition as exciting and as enjoyable as we do, and we'll see you in the gallery. Ciao now.
Thank you so much, Rafael, for introducing the theme of the exhibition. Now, for the audience who just got here, good morning. Today we are going to introduce the DP Arts exhibition. But now, to finally finish off this introduction session, we'd like to invite Pak Mansur to the stream to lead a prayer for the collections of blessing for this event. Pak Mansur, you may have the floor.
Baik, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi dan salam sejahtera buat kita semuanya, Bapak Ibu, siswa-siswi tercinta yang hadir dalam DP Art Exhibition. Sejenak, mari kita tundukkan diri kita untuk sama-sama berdoa kepada Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, Tuhan yang Maha Kuasa. Semoga kegiatan DP Art Exhibition ini berjalan dengan baik dan sukses, dan semoga keindahan dari karya seni yang dihasilkan dan ditampilkan siswa-siswi tercinta dapat memberikan inspirasi positif kepada segenap yang hadir dan menyimak DP Art Exhibition ini. Dan semoga exhibition ini awal dari langkah siswa-siswi tercinta untuk terus menghasilkan karya-karya seni yang indah dan inspiratif. Untuk itu, marilah kita sama-sama berdoa sesuai ajaran agama kita masing-masing. Berdoa mulai. Amin, amin ya rabbal alamin. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Amin. Thank you so much, Pak Mansur, for leading the prayer. And I guess that's it. That's all for the opening statements for now. Yes. Wow. Okay. I'm looking at the live chat, and there are a lot of more people coming in. So hi, welcome again. So now that we're done with all the opening statements, we can finally move on to the second session, the second part of today's DP Arts exhibition, which is a virtual arts exhibition tour. As such, we humbly introduce Pak Arju as our tour guide.
Hi, Regala. Thank you so much. Right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, the audience. Hello, and welcome to the virtual gallery exhibition tour of Kamanungsan, Sekolah Cikal Amri's IBDP Arts Exhibition. My name is Arju, one of the teachers here at Cikal, and today I'll be guiding you through this virtual exhibition. Virtual? Yes, you heard that right. This year, the exhibition is held virtually, but of course, still, the experience is so immersive, so you will feel as if you were there in person. Now, a little bit of spoiler here. After this exhibition tour, you can access this exhibition gallery on your own. How? Well, we'll give you the details later on, but you can access it on website, PC, laptop, mobile devices, phones, tablets, you name it. Right. So here we have it, the gallery room. Now this year, we are exhibiting a total of 70 artworks from 8 year 12 students and 4 year 11 students who are taking visual arts program in DP. Now to bring you the best experience, not only will I walk you through the exhibition here, but we're also joined by the artists themselves who will introduce us to their artworks. So without further ado, let's get started. Here we have the first gallery containing artworks from year 12 students. Right, this one is easy to navigate. You can just like click ASD and drag them. It's like, going there in real person. Now, the first artist we have here is Raihan Nurwibowo, or we just call him Bowo. Hi, Bowo. How are you doing?
Hello, good morning, Pat.
Right. So we have your exhibition here. Now, can you tell me a little bit more about the theme of your exhibition?
Okay, so first, I'd like to start off with the title of this specific exhibition. I called it Lubukuna, which is taken from the Japanese translation of ancient debris. The title is meant to display the remnants of the past incidents regarding violence within Indonesia, which brings us to the overall theme of my artwork, which directly involves the acts of violence towards religious, ethnic, and also political minorities within Indonesia. Throughout the body of works that I show, I tend to express the ethnic, religious, and political conflict within most of Indonesia.
Right. And can you tell us a bit more about the centerpiece in your exhibition? And which one is it? And how do you feel about this exhibition in relation to your other works?
So the centerpiece of this exhibition would come out as the decorated child as shown in the screen there. Yeah. I feel like this centerpiece is by far the most highly sensitive topic within my exhibition or the body of works that I propose. And it's also due to the fact that it's messaged regarding ethical use of child soldiers and the Free West Papua movement is a really sensitized topic that I find people lacking to discuss it. And
right. So bringing the discussion to the table, right?
Yeah.
And where did you get the influences from to make these artworks?
I get most of my influence from personally an abundance of artists that I'm really fond of, but unconsciously I would say most artists that I would refer back to would be Banksy and FX Arsono, which in their overall extent of topics they showcase within their artworks is clearly the same path that I intend to take, as well as the beautiful, you could say, art making methods that they employ to make their artwork more meaningful.
Right. Right. Thank you, Bobo, for sharing some insights into your artworks here. So thank you. Let's move on to our next artist here. Now we have Yasmin Almira Damayanti. Yasmin, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm great. Thank you.
Okay, here we have your artworks, right? Now, can you tell us a bit about your artworks, the title and the theme of your exhibition here?
So yeah, my title exhibition is called Masuk Angin, or you can translate it as the reminiscence. It is a metaphorical word that means lateness. This also correlates with my overall theme of the exhibition that describes that speaks about the overdue internal conflicts of social and also political matter in Indonesia. And I was also heavily inspired by most Indonesian artists such as Heridono and also Raden Saleh, and also other young Indonesian influencers who speaks about this matter of ethics, religion, and also human rights matter.
Right. Okay. And let's talk about your centerpiece here, the one in the middle. That's interesting. If I'm mistaken, this one is titled Pembukaan or Opening. Now, can you tell me more about this work?
So as a centerpiece, I really want to have an opening to it. So Pembukaan, or could be translated as opening, is the opening or also the centerpiece of all of my artworks. It is also a transcript from the Indonesian Constitution, where all of my artworks are depicted and taken from those Indonesian Constitution.
I see here. Right. Interesting one. And final question. Overall, what does your work aim to say exactly here, Yasmin?
So in general, I really want to spread this awareness of human rights and also social subject matter that has been flowing around recently, and I find it very fascinating as how many youth and also young influencers nowadays had stepped up to speak about this awareness and also how to spread this issue and trying to solve this together as a community.
Fascinating indeed, indeed. Right, thank you, Yasmin, for sharing some insights to your work here. Okay, everyone, let's go to our next artist. Next, we have Rex Leonard Gunter Aryo Darmoyo, or just call him Rex. Hi, Rex, how are you?
I'm doing great, but
Great. So can you tell us a bit about your work here? What's your theme of your exhibition?
so the theme of this my exhibition is mostly about isolation and solitude, much like the title. It's very self-explanatory. So basically, the exhibition aims to explore all sides of isolation and solitude, and how different people can have different experiences to isolation and solitude in their own way and have different effects.
Right. Okay, and isolation and solitude. So what are you trying to say here? What are you trying to convey here from through your artworks?
I'm trying to convey that different people have different experiences in their own experiences with isolation, and the outcomes could be either very healthy or very unhealthy, much like, for example, the memory of a memory work, a piece of work, which is basically about a man who has been trapped in a white room, torture, and has forgotten who he is because he's been isolated for so long.
Right, isolation and solitude, positive and negative. Right. Do you have any artists that influence your work? And if there are some, and how did they influence your work?
At first, the first two of my artworks were influenced by Edward Hopper because of most of his artwork were about isolation and solitude as well, but he's uses more realistic texture with oil paint, and I tried to replicate that with photography. But later down the line, I got inspired by Basquiat and Keith Haring, people like that. So I started to apply more of their style to my own and make them my own.
Interesting. Thank you, Rex, for sharing this with us. So next, let's move on to our next artist. Next, we have Sifa Announa. Hi, Sifa. How are you doing?
Hi, Arju. I'm doing great.
Great. So can you tell us a bit about your artworks here? What's the theme of your work?
So my exhibition is titled rhythm and character. So basically the overall theme of my exhibition is music and its connection based on my own memories. So I highlighted some certain moments that I experienced throughout this ongoing pandemic.
Right. Okay. Can you tell us a bit more about? Okay. Here's the thing: creating artworks during the pandemic is a challenge on its own, right? And is there a particular artwork that was influenced by the pandemic, or quarantine, or even distance learning in this context during the pandemic?
So in my last artwork, it's called A Day in the Life of a High School Student. So the poster work aimed to portray the daily routine of me during being a high school student during this pandemic. So I want to show my basically my moves through all of the songs that I listen to based on each of my daily activities. So that's like how I basically, it's part of like my coping mechanism, I guess.
I see. But overall, when you were developing your body of works here, containing 7 artworks during the pandemic, what were the challenges did you encounter, and how did you overcome them?
So it's actually quite challenging to like make most of my artworks because we have limited materials to make, and so basically, some of my artworks actually are created using found items that I in my house. 2 of which are actually seen on my artworks called Crowd and Width.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Sifa, for sharing your artwork with us. Really appreciate this one. Now, let's move on to the next artist. Next, we have, I think you've seen him before, just before, we have Rafael Binayasar Manila. Hi, Rafa. How are you doing?
Hi, Va. I'm doing very well on this incredible morning, yeah?
Really good. That's the spirit I want to hear. Right. Can you tell us a bit about your artwork, like the theme or the title here?
All right. So for my theme, wait, hold on. So the title of my exhibition itself is called Dara Saudara, which is basically just about, our brothers of blood, or our something along the lines of that. So the exhibition, the theme for my exhibition, is regarding the conflicts inside of Indonesia and how it has changed the ethics, mindset, and the culture of its people.
Right. Can we talk about one specific artwork that I want to talk about? Here, titled Into the Bridge. Right. If I'm mistaken, this is supposed to be an interactive artwork. Now, my question is this: how can we interact with this piece, and what does it try to convey, actually?
Okay, so basically what I had planned for this artwork prior to towards this whole pandemic is that visitors of the exhibition could actually draw on the wooden panel, and they could express their thoughts about whatever the artwork is, conveying its story about. And the way that I implemented it, especially during this pandemic, is that I've used Media Linked, which is a Google Jamboard. So people can just draw, doodle, type, whatever they want. And I've made some guiding questions about what they should write about or draw about. But basically, the main idea of this artwork is to sort of shed light towards what people personally think about home intrusion and sort of quote unquote police brutality in Indonesia, and if they have any experiences about them, or maybe what are their hopes for police officers in Indonesia to sort of perform their breaching techniques. Yeah, that's probably it.
Right. Thank you. Interesting theme. Really relatable to the current situation. Now, later, audience, if you want to interact with this artwork, specifically the Into the Breach, you can click on the artwork, and later you can find the button media up there. You can see upper right button there. and you can interact with it. So even though this one is a virtual tour, you can still interact with the artworks, of course. Thank you, Rafa, for sharing your insights of your artworks with us.
You are very welcome.
Right, so let's move on to the next one. We have Nadja, Caliza, Gaswara. Hi, Nadja. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
Marvelous. Now, let's talk about your artworks here. What's the theme of your exhibition?
So the overall theme of my exhibition is the exploration of the dynamics between a toxic and a healthy relationship.
Right. Now, for some people, your theme is relatable, right? At some point in their life, maybe in the present, maybe in the past, or who knows, in the future. But what interests you in this theme in the first place?
What interests me in the first place is that initially I was really interested about the Indonesian slang bucin, and then throughout my research, I realized that it is often used as like an exaggeration for when like you see someone showing their love and affection towards their loved one, and then I realized that it is also often used as like it is also often like perceived as a like negative expression. Then from there, I was just kind of like curious of what exactly like defines like something toxic and something healthy.
Right. Yeah. Contrasting the toxic and healthy relationship. And where did you get the inspiration from? Or are there any particular artists you drew the inspiration or maybe the technique or the style from?
There are no like particular artists that I drew techniques or style from, but I was mostly inspired by the people around me. Seeing them just really fall out of love every day, seeing them like really cooped up in their own feelings, that really like inspired me, and like I really wanted to express their perspectives and just like see what it's all about.
Right. Yeah. You get inspiration from those who are close to you.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Nadja, for sharing the insights of your artworks with us. Right, so let's move on to the next artist. We have Adjuda Gerinoni. Hi, Adjuda.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Great. So let's talk a bit about your artworks here. Can you tell us a bit about the theme of your exhibition?
So the title for my exhibition is called A Thank You Note. It explores the relationship between myself and the people that had helped me grow throughout my teenage years. The artworks that are presented celebrate what I have been thankful for in my life and how I myself believe in the act of giving back. So the works on this exhibition depicts like a memory lane that includes the people that I grew with. Also, I believe that life means nothing without time and people, and we are shaped in its flow, and aging specifically allows us to just simply grow. So a part of that growth is reflection and gratitude, which is the two big themes of my exhibition.
Right. Okay. Reflection and gratitude. I like that one. Now, if I got this correctly, your works here are all parts of something, if I'm not mistaken, a human body. Is that right?
That is true. So what inspired me to make my artwork correlates with the human body is when I saw Frida Kahlo's artwork. So she made this painting called the Two Fridas, and it consists of a lot of like symbolic imagery that represents a lot of like emotions. And then she painted this heart and this blood flow, which she cut off to symbolize like she cutting off like this part of her world. And from that, I was like, why not make an artwork, an exhibition that correlates with our support system within our body to symbolize it? Because I didn't want to make something that is too literal, and I want to try around with my like materials and all that. So
right. Acting as like thank you to my own body. Right.
Yeah,
interesting, Azura. Thank you for sharing this with us. I really appreciate it. Right. Last but not least, from this gallery, Year 12 gallery, we have Fayeza Hafna Alindi. Hi, Fayez. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
Great. So can you tell us a bit more about this exhibition of yours?
So, for the theme of my exhibition, signifies environmental damage in Indonesia, specifically at Kalimantan and Jakarta.
Right. Uh, environmental damage, super relatable nowadays. Right. And of course, relating to the current situation, also the pandemic. Now, creating arts as an art student during the pandemic must have been challenging, I suppose, right? So, how has the pandemic affected the creation of your body of works here?
So for me, the pandemic just like um, change everything, especially for my last body of work, where the plan I had to use resin, but then I wasn't too sure of myself whether I can make it. But then I came with an idea. Why don't I make something I haven't used for, like I haven't make for? So in 84, my artwork, um, it uses this like ornaments and water basin. Basically, it tells like water symbolizes my tears over a disastrous event that happened recently in Jakarta, and those ornaments actually represents like preserved flowers as my sadness and anger towards the events.
Right. Thank you, Fayez, for sharing some insights into your work. I really appreciate it. Right, and that, everyone, has been the exhibition gallery from our dear Year 12 students. Now, we're not done yet, don't worry. We still have exhibition from Year 11 students. So now let's move on to our Year 11 students exhibition gallery, containing artworks from 4 students. Now, let's start with the first artist here. We have Keisha Salsabila. Hi, Keisha, you there?
Hello, Pa.
How are you doing? Good?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, right. So we have your artworks here. Can you tell us a bit more about this one? What's the theme of your exhibition?
So the title of my exhibition is called Junkie Heads, and it actually derives from the word junkie, which means a person with compulsive behavior and obsessive dependency on certain things. And my exhibition, the works revolve around certain topics, you could say very normal topics, but it is presented in a more twisted and exaggerated manner to instill a sense of apprehension as we're capable of walking the line between obsession and compulsion. And essentially, we all should have like a balance on what we like and dislike. Yeah.
Right, interesting. A balance between what we like and dislike. Talking about the obsession. Now, for some people that like everything nice and orderly, this artwork in the middle titled Orderly does make them feel uneasy. I think me included here. What are you trying to convey in this artwork, actually, Kesha?
So orderly, as what you said, like it does expose perfectionist actions. So as you can see, the piece consists of cabinets of 6 purple colored forks, and they're precisely about 13 centimeters um, apart from each other, which says about like how precise these people want to be. But as you can see, there's one fork in the middle, which kind of um, reflects on the imperfection of like these type of action. Like some people wouldn't want like these type of people to do this, and it's like it's also not very healthy because there's some people who do depend on like, oh, it has to be like this, like that. So it's like in a way the imperfection in the perfection.
Right. Embrace the imperfections. Yes. We can't have everything we want in this life, of course, obviously. Right. Thanks, Kesha, for sharing your insights into your artworks with us. Now, let's move on to the next artist here. We have my lovely Jemima Zahabia, or Jenny. Hi, Jemmy. How are you doing?
Hi, Pa. I'm doing good.
Great. So, we have your artworks here. Can you tell us a bit more about this one? What's the theme of your exhibition?
So firstly, this collection of artwork is called Toxicity Within Your Own Feelings.
it aims to like portray the capacity of toxicity that fills the human body, because you know like how humans tend to overgeneralize an excessive happy and optimistic state across all situations. So that's why the body of work will explore more like a deeper meaning to know what exactly toxic positivity means, which sometimes people are not really caring about or like aware of. So on top of that, I want to also also like emphasize people to try to freely express themselves, and you know to create an artwork that most people can relate to.
Right. Toxic positivity. This one is interesting. This reminds me of you bisa you meme. That is actually toxic positivity. Right. Let's focus on this artwork that interests me, titled Homemade Dynamite. Now, in relation to your theme, toxic positivity, what does it try to say?
Yeah, so Homemade Dynamite is like one of my centerpiece of this collection because it portrays more about like the deeper meaning on how toxic positivity really feels like. Because you know how knowing people excessively employ forced happiness as like a coping mechanism and propose to make them feel better, when in fact it does not like continuously helps, like it's only amass the amount of negativity within someone's true selves. So therefore, by creating this artwork, I'm hoping like to let people know that everything that copious is not necessarily good, and you know like to let people express themselves more and not using a forced happiness as the way to solve their problems all the time.
Indeed, indeed. The more you add it to it, like the more it will explode like a dynamite. Thanks, Jimmy, for sharing your artworks with us. Right. So let's move on to the next artist. We have Aliya Nafilayuki. Hi, Aliya. How are you doing?
Hi, Pa. I'm doing good.
Great. So let's talk about your artworks here. Now, what's the theme of your artworks? The overall theme.
Yeah, so Kaleidoscopic, which is the title of my exhibition, will revolve around the exploration of identity, more specifically, the act of expression and self reflection. And so, through this exhibition, I wanted to create this compelling story that shares the liberty as well as the hardships that goes on within the act of self expression.
Right, self-expression. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you don't have a centerpiece, right? But rather, there is an artwork that serves as the start of this exhibition narration. Now, which one is it? And can you tell us a bit more about this one?
Rather than having a centerpiece, I have an artwork that acts as like a starting point of this ongoing journey that I am currently on, and which is the first artwork, the garment titled My Untold Story. And I chose this specific artwork is because when we are talking about like expressing oneself, the way I express like myself is mainly through my passion, and which is fashion. And so I wanted to bring in an element that pretty much like what has made me start my exploration of identity.
Right, interesting. Because you're also interested in fashion too, right? So those two mixed together are really good. So thanks, Aliya, for sharing your insights with us. I really appreciate this one. Now, let's go to our last artist, but not least, obviously. Now we have Melati Avian India. Hi, Melati. How are you doing?
Hi, Parju. I'm doing good.
Great. So we have your artworks here. Now, can you tell us a bit about your exhibition?
My exhibition is called Mental Exhaustion, and it's centered around the topic of mental exhaustion. Pretty straightforward, like being mentally tired, and the um, the body of work explores the various symptoms and like challenges that someone goes through when they're mentally exhausted. And it's meant to bring light on the topic of mental exhaustion, because I feel like it's something that people don't really notice or people don't really talk about.
Exactly, exactly. Mental exhaustion is something important but often overlooked. Now, let's talk a bit more about your first artwork, titled, if I'm not mistaken, Taking More Than One Can Handle. Yeah, what do you want to say with this artwork, actually?
Yeah, taking more than one can handle is about basically being given an excessive amount of work that crosses your limit of your own ability to do them. So the artwork basically depicts like a girl trying to escape from a mountain of paper that is about to swallow her, and it's kind of like the centerpiece of my exhibition because it pretty much portrays how mental exhaustion can start in the first place, and it portrays something a lot of people are able to experience. So it's somewhat relatable.
Right. I think I can relate to this one. In the upcoming weeks, I'm gonna grade all of your papers. So as a teacher, I can relate to that one. Right. Thank you, Melati, for sharing your insights of your work with us. Now, that, everyone, would be the end of our visual arts exhibition tour of Kamanungsan. Now, I do really hope you enjoyed the exhibition. If you want to indulge yourself in the exhibition, you can do it yourselves, obviously, as I said before. Now, after this event, you can access this virtual tour platform independently. Now, you can access it from a PC, a laptop, a tablet, or a phone. For the phone and the tablet, of course, you need to download the app, Exhibit with double B. Now, you'll be able to leave some feedback for individual artworks, like here. So can we click on the artwork, for example? Right? If you see here, when you click an artwork and then you click the title, upper right, that one, and then you have the button Inquire. You can give feedback, individual feedback to the artwork that you like or you want to ask more. And the message that you will send will be sent to the email of the artist. How exciting. And you can get the reply. Right. So about this one, accessing the exhibition, Regala and Maizan will tell you the details. And remember, you can get more insights from our artists by joining tomorrow's Artist Talk. Yes, we also have an event tomorrow, so stay put, wait until tomorrow, okay? You're gonna love it. Lastly, if you'd like to give general feedback for this Kamanungsan exhibition event, you can find the feedback form link in the YouTube description box below and the live chat section in the side, I don't know, left or right, I forgot. Now, for now, I'm gonna take you all back to Maizan and Ragala. Thank you.
Woo! All right. Thank you so much, Pak Arju and artists, for giving us a tour of the exhibition. Definitely very interesting. All right. So as Pak Arju mentioned, to all the audience, if you wish to view the exhibition on your own, you are free to do so. You can view this exhibition through the link in the description box and our Instagram account, which the link is also there. Just like how Pak Arju did, use the arrows to maneuver yourself around the exhibition and click on the artworks you wish to see closer, as Babji mentioned as well. The virtual gallery is called Exhibit, EXHIBBIT. It is also accessible through your phone by installing the app through Play Store and App Store. The link is also in the description box as well, or the stream.
Yes. And for more information, you can also view the exhibition through our Instagram account at Cikal VP Arts X, which can also be seen through the description box of the stream. Now, our lovely audience, I got to be real with you. We are at the end of today's session. I know. Now all of you are bummed because you can't see more of this today. But have no fear. Like what Pak Arju mentioned, tomorrow we have another session for Artist Talk, a session where we interview artists and directors regarding their work.
All right, but not just a deeper interview with the artists. We will also watch short films from our DP film students, 5 films, and have a discussion after that regarding their films in the director's talk.
Yes, absolutely, Regala. In fact, audiences are also welcome to partake in the event, so ask away.
All right, I guess that's all the announcements that we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us in the first day and the opening ceremony of the 2021 Cikal DP Arts Exhibition. We hope you had a wonderful time, and don't forget to view the exhibition on your own just to get the full exhibition feel. And of course, we'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.